Hi, this is Michael VK3LL from Port Lincoln in South Australia. Another YouTube video for you. What you see here is one of my latest projects that I've been working on. This is a kit from the Eastern Mountain Districts Radio Club, which is in Victoria, Australia, and it's a hands-free kit for two-way radio use. And a lot of places in the world it's becoming harder and harder to operate a radio legally in a car, with distracted driver legislation and driving without due care, all sorts of things like that. It's just harder and harder. So this allows hands-free operation for two-way radio. It's got a preamplifier and high and low tone controls, microphone sensitivity, universal. It can plug into virtually any radio, especially if it's got an RJ45 8-way jack there, and you can set these jumpers to route the audio push to talk to the necessary positions on the board. I've got this set up for ICOM, and it's just a 1-for-1 radio. It gets its power from the ICOM microphone socket as well. There's about, I think, 8 volts comes out of the microphone socket, and we follow this lead, and we've got one of my ICF121S radios here, which I've got programmed up on some 2 meter frequencies, and we're actually on the frequency for my All-Star node at the moment, and hopefully, if all things go well, we can use that for a test in a little bit. It's also got a parallel jack on here as well, which allows you to keep a microphone plugged in at the same time as the board, which is convenient if you need to use for DTMF or control of the radio. That can remain connected, and all 8 pins are bridged all the way through. The microphone input comes in via a 3.5mm socket. The microphone that comes with the kit is similar to what you would find in a telephone car kit installation for a car. This microphone is designed to clip up near where your mouth would be, up on the A pillar of the window. It works fairly well. What I'm going to be using is something a little bit different. It's this headset here, which is a waterproof headset designed for aerobics, believe it or not. And one of its advantages is it has a noise cancelling microphone element on the boom, which works really well in a high noise environment. It's only got a short lead here, but the idea is I've got a lead that will be going from here up to the roof of the car, where I've got my roof console, and this will then plug into that. And the push to talk button at the moment is just an old PC button, but that is going to be on the gear shift, and also possibly one near the steering wheel, and that's a push on push off arrangement. There's an indicator here, which is a blue LED, which is on a connector, and that shows you that the system is transmitting, so you know what state it is. There's an adjustable timeout timer, which can be programmed into this, and when we transmit, you'll see that the LED indicates by flashing. When you get within 10 seconds of the timeout, it flashes faster, so you put that in a position where you can see it, and you know that your timeout is about to expire. So what we'll do now is we'll just key up just briefly, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's keying up, and when I let go you'll hear the All-Star node come back with a tone. But this is the push to talk, so you push to talk and you'll notice the LED is very bright. I probably won't use something that bright in the car, and the radio is keying up, and I press it again and it stops. Oh. And you can hear the radio. It's in echo mode, so it was recording what I was saying. So there you have it, and also once again you can key up on the microphone, and the radio will receive. I've got an external speaker plugged into it, because the internal speaker on these commercial radios isn't very good. It's a space-saving measure, put it that way. So what I'll do is I'll put this headset on, so the microphone's in the right place. Bear in mind I've got the short lead plugged into here as well. Okay, so it's positioned right by my mouth, and I can then key up, and we'll see what happens. So I'll just do an echo test with the microphone in the right position. This is VK5ZEA testing.
This is VK5ZEA testing.
Okay, so it picked me up. I'll try it again. Testing 1 2 3 4 5.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5.
Okay, so that's working. Once again, there will be some fine tuning of the tone controls. There's a high and low multi-turn potentiometers there for tone control, and also an overall gain is that potentiometer there. So there you have it. I'm still trying to find a box that will fit this board. It's a strange size, and I haven't been able to find an enclosure. Having the sockets on either side of the board makes it a little bit harder to find something just the right size for it all to fit in there. But hopefully that will then make its way into my vehicle. And the idea would be then is that most of the radios in my car are ICOM radios, so I will be able to just have this lead sitting ready to go, and depending on what radio I use, the ham radio or the HF or UHF CB or any of the other radios are ICOM, I just unplug the microphone, plug this into the front of the radio, and it's ready to go hands-free. And then I can also plug in the microphone for that radio into here, or just leave it unattached for the time, and there you go. So I'd suggest doing a Google search for the Eastern Mountain Districts Radio Club, EMDRC. They do have a website where they've got details for this, and you can download a lovely PDF file showing all of the details on how the project came about and its features, and the jumpering for various radios, how it gets its power, the schematic for it, circuit overlays. It's a beautiful document, and it shows about assembly and testing and alignment, how to use it, and then the setting of the timeout timer and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's a wonderful little project, and hopefully it'll make a fine addition to my vehicle. Okay, this is Michael, VK5ZEA from Port Lincoln in South Australia. 7 3s for now. Talk to you again soon.